Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Game 2 of the opening round of the Man-Dragons Six Nations 2025. France have already played Wales. Today, we're down in Murrayfield for Scotland versus Italy. A great fixture going in for this one. Scotland, a team that maybe on paper should really be doing better with what a stacked team they have. Italy having a great year last year, causing a couple of upsets along the way, and this youthful Italian team is looking to do more this year as Scotland will get us kicked off and underway in this opening round of the Six Nations as Finn Russell wants to start us out kicking nice and deep down the middle, lands in the hands of Matt Gallagher, new into the fullback position for this Italian team. Capuozzo moved out onto the right-hand wing, and already Scotland beginning to ask questions of this Italian defence as a box kick comes in from George Horn just to try and put in some pressure. And Matt Gallagher once again just looking for that exit clearance kick, trying to regain as much territory in this game early on as possible. First line out of the day going the way of Scotland then, who've lined up everybody in for this line out. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to go for the maul, but they don't. They play out the back, or they've got something up their sleeve, and they're looking to try and get on the outside, but Brex stepping in for a solid tackle there on Tui Pelotu, not letting him through, and once again, Brex having to step in, make a double tackle for this Italian defence. Great work by him as Scoland goes on the big charge, can't get through his opposite number, Fischetti, nowhere through there, and Scotland still trying to fight through. Brex is on 3 tackles already. We're only 6 minutes in. Get ready to see that tackle stat go higher as this game progresses as well. And this Scotland still trying to just find where the room is, and that time Matt Fagerson managing to make a couple more metres after the tackle as well. Oh, what a shot by Simone Ferrari coming in there for Italy, driving Scotland back. This Italian team are no longer the whipping boys of the Six Nations. They come to play, they come to win. And this defence from the boys in blue is looking very good to start us out with. The Scotland this time try and play left. They try and play a bit of a looping pass there as Finn Russell pops it out to his winger. Nowhere through there, and Italy still holding out strong. They try and go up to the middle this time. Or Tui Pelotu offloads it to Schumann. Just can't quite snipe through that gap, punched by his inside centre, and they still try to go wider as this time Zander Fagerson just making his way up the field into the Italian 22, offloaded to Finn Russell. Oh, I thought he was through. Just about got that pass away before the tackle came in. Scotland asking questions early on. Italy backing their own defence. They'll want some possession at some point though. Schumann once again has to be tackled by Matt Gallagher, the last man standing in this Italian defence. Chopped down at the ankles now is the Scottish hooker. Ball slow to come out from the ruck. Crowd in good spirits. The ball offloaded to Dempsey. Going wide. Intercepted though by Dino Lamb, and Brex able to be the security for this Italian team that they've wanted all game, and eventually just getting that clearance kick away. What a superb defensive set by this Italian side today. Absolutely brilliant. Brex on his own has been doing well. Fischetti with a couple of massive shots of his own. And Scotland left scratching their head, just trying to work out how they're going to get through this blue wall. And Scotland back off then with a line out, trying to go out wide. Gets absolutely nailed by Menoncello coming in there. Want to be careful about those tackle heights, and Schumann, who's been busy in the ball carry department today. If Scotland go left, there's so much room. Oh, they've gone right. That's not the great call by George Hall, but the ball somehow still in the hands of Jack Dempsey. They've made it all the way through. I think they went completely the wrong way, but they'll make it work for them. Can Scotland eventually break this deadlock? Oh, that's a long pass as it gets out to Duan van der Merwe. So much room to do where. That was a lot of work for him. And Federico Ruzza steps in to be able to shut him down this time. Sam Skinner not being able to get through there. Scotland just cannot puncture this line. It's a good double shot again by this Italian defence. 25 minutes gone. All the possession going the way of Scotland. All of the territory going the way of Scotland. And in all honesty, Italy have looked absolutely brilliant so far. They've held up defensively so well. Scotland trying to go out the back again. Ferrari's launching his tackle stats through the roof as well today. Just can't seem to find that extra one pass. This time Zander Fagerson wrestles his way through a couple of carries. They've gone back towards that right-hand side. Is there room in that midfield as Ioane steps in the midfield to help his hand with defensive work, as well as Schumann gets chopped down at the ankles. Who else but Ignacio Brex for Italy once again. And eventually, Italy get the clearance kick away, and Menoncello allowing this Italian team to survive. It's been absolutely brutal in this opening half. Gregor Townsend will have some big questions for his players at halftime about how they just can't seem to get through this defence. And this time Finn Russell straightens the line just to carry it through. Oh, but Italy actually get on the end of it, and Capuozzo, don't let him go. You know how dangerous he can be on the ball. Gets it back to his new fullback, Matt Gallagher, trying to find his own way through, and Garbisi thinks he's seen room in that back corner. Can't quite get it over the head of Blair Kinghorn, but driven into touch. Oh, and Garbisi, he's happy with it. He's glad that his backs chased after that one and drove him into touch. And Lucchesi, who's been waiting to have his first shot at the line-out today, has to wait 34 minutes to eventually get his opportunity. Does get the ball in straight, collected by his lock department, and they've gone for the maul. Are going backwards, but just tying up a couple of those Scottish forwards. As Fischetti tries to make himself known to the Scottish defence now, and Dino Lamb steps in at scrum half, gets it out to Lucchesi. Also, can't really get anywhere through that line. It's a slow ball now coming from this one. Ref will say use it. There it is. Waiting for that ball. Ferrari just taking it up on his own carry. Got to go left. There's still numbers out there. Oh, but Sebastian Negri, absolutely great in the ball carrying department. Breaks through. One tackle now. Stephen Varney wants to play quickly to Brex, to Gallagher, trying to make himself known in this Italian attack. Can they find a way through? Italy looking very bunched, but they're just going for the pure power game this time. Lorenzo Cannone smashes through, and Sebastian Negri once again just making himself known to this Scottish defence, and this time Menoncello, what a great season he had in last year's Six Nations. Also trying to find a way through the gap. Lamaro, the captain, trying to make his way through as well. Scotland being put on the back foot at home in front of this Murrayfield crowd as Ferrari, maybe not the man you want out on the wing, can't get the pace to get around his man on the outside there, and Capuozzo eventually gets his hands on the ball further outside, wants the room. Oh, and Sebastian Negri managing to just break through these tackles. This will be a man to keep an eye on today as Lucchesi, great bump off. Oh, they're moving up. Hugh Jones has to step in to make a try-saving tackle. They're closing in. Ferrari gets driven back, put in reverse is Ferrari, and Menoncello trying to do a spin in midfield. Maybe not the way to go there. Italy knocking on the door. Great line there by Grant Gilchrist, not letting Italy through. Menoncello offloaded there to Yuan. He slipped one tackle. Great work by Xander Fagerson to get back for this defence. This is absolutely brutal, this game, as Ferrari runs into another brick wall. Just can't seem to get through. Both teams today are struggling to get anywhere through the opposition defence, and Garbisi this time plays it a little bit out wider to the captain. Lamaro tries to cut back inside, but Blair Kinghorn does well to recover. Can they go left? There's got to be numbers. Instead they play out the back, and Garbisi goes wide to Negri once again. How good has he been in this first half? And they get over. It's taken them 53 minutes of this opening half, but Italy get on the scoreboard first, and I don't think some of these Scottish players can believe what they've seen after all of that territory, all of the possession. It's their own defence that has let them down. Their own attack hasn't let them get on the scoreboard either. And Italy just doing everything they need to today. And Garbisi steps up for his first conversion of the game. Can he put them out to a 7-point lead? And does! It's a first successful conversion for Garbisi. Italy go in at half-time 7 points to 0. Well, we knew this game was going to be a big old clash. Scotland going up against Italy. Scotland playing in the white today rather than both teams playing in blue. But it was Scotland who had to have the better start in this one. Got off to a strong start in attack, territory and possession, all going their way, desperately trying to find a way through this Italian defence. But I have to say, it's one of the best defences we've ever seen from Italy. Absolutely phenomenal work. Just not letting Scotland get through. Some superb tackling in coming from the likes of Brex and Danilo Fischetti. A couple of interceptions for them working well and just getting those exit clearance kicks away. The lineouts work well for Scotland, but they haven't really been able to make the most of it. And even after all that territory and all of that possession, it is Italy who eventually managed to turn this game around, move their way up towards that Scotland half. Sebastian Negri, who gets over for the first try of the game. Some great ball carrying from him today. He's been bashing through players, and arguably one of the players that absolutely deserves to have a try in this one. Converted over by Garbisi. Going in at halftime, Italy will feel happy with that first half performance, and even though the stats are with Scotland, they might not be. What words will have been said at halftime? Let's get this second half kicked off and underway. Garbisi then, to start out this second half. What will the coaches have said at halftime to get these teams lined up for a better second half, as Garbisi kicks it long downfield, recovered by Blair Kinghorn. Just wants to go for an early kick, and Brex goes for a spin around some opposite players there. No way through. And Italy back in possession, but Scotland will want to play the game up here. Italy have used this kicking today to some pretty useful standings and been able to play the ball where they want to play it. And again, we find ourselves down in the Scotland half, who just want to try and get just a bit more linkage, a bit more working, just doing that final 5% to be able to get through this Italy defence, which they just haven't been able to unlock today. As Ioane runs in to a brick wall there, no way through. Rory Darge, oh, Matt Gallagher, you know he's a danger once he breaks through the line. Italy looking good so far in this second half, and Menoncello plays it wide. Oh, it's gone a bit too far, and Hugh Jones is on the end of it, and you know the speed the outside centre has, and dots it down. He won't be unhappy how it came about. Maybe a bit lucky from a loose pass from Menoncello, but at this point Scotland will take anything they are given. Picked up that loose ball. I don't fancy Fischetti being able to chase down Hugh Jones from that sort of range. And dots it over. Duan van der Merwe on his wing just to try and extend his try-scoring record, but Hugh Jones not going to give that one up by any means. And up will step the Scottish fly half to make this game level. Won't have been the start Italy will have wanted after such a great first half. That might be almost the first real mistake from Italy of this game so far, and punished immediately by Scotland. Garbisi to restart this game. We'll just want to organise these players. Got to have a slightly better kickoff. Interesting that Scotland went for the kick back immediately rather than trying to play the game in their own half. They wanted to try and put Italy back under pressure. They've gone for the same tactic again this time as it gets to the hands of Menoncello, trying to make up for his earlier mistake. Tries to play an offload, and it's well wrapped up by Jack Dempsey. I don't think he was ready to receive the ball. Oh, but big work. Oh, by who else than Howe's been doing so well today. Sebastian Negri just pops up with the ball. Great jackal from him to be able to get it, and this time Ferrari trying to make it through. I don't know if Ferrari has made a single metre after contact today, but he's still hungry to get his hands on the ball. Bit of an awful kick there by Matt Gallagher. Won't have relieved any pressure really. Straight into the hands of the Scottish player. Thought there was room in that backfield. I actually think going to the other wing would have been better. Scotland still looking for this kicking game back into the hands of Matt Gallagher. Can he do a little bit better this time? Oh, it's another loose ball. Oh, it's another loose ball, and Matt Ferguson's away. It's the second loose pass of the game by Italy, and the second try for Scotland as a consequence. Matt Gallagher trying to make up for an earlier mistake from the kick, tries to go for another one, and it's gone wrong a second time in a row from him. Won't be happy with that one. Ange Capuozzo is, of course, on this team, can also play at fullback. They might want to be looking for a change here. Gallagher can also play out on the wing. Might be a positional setup to try and swap them round at some point. And the Scottish fly half won't be messing about with this at all. He's more than happy. We'll just keep taking these easy tries if they come, say the Scottish team. Italy need to just get themselves back on this front foot. You can really feel the momentum's dropped off for them in this second half. Just got to get the ball in the hands of some big carriers. You know, we haven't spoken about a couple of big names today. Where has Lorenzo Canone been? Have we got as much, ball time with some of the other big carriers? Dino Lamb, Federico Ruzza, another great carrier of the ball. They're just not getting their hands on it enough. And this time Scotland able to punish that breakdown. Well done by Skinner. And Scotland are back in possession. Maybe they can feel this tide turning. The crowd is getting a bit louder as well now. They can feel their team getting on the front foot this time as Darge runs in. Stephen Varney doing extremely well to take down a much bigger man than him. And Scotland won't mind. Time is now on their side. They would maybe like a little bit more daylight. A losing bonus point is still on the cards for Italy. But Scotland could maybe now be eyeing up the try-scoring bonus point as Matt Fagerson goes on a big charge. Has to get shut down by Gallagher. And this time Finn Russell playing out to Xander Fagerson. Chopped down at the legs by Sebastian Negri once again. The hooker now charging into his opposite number. Lucchesi comes off the better of that collision. And Finn Russell's popped up everywhere. Oh, and there goes Hugh Jones. The tap tackle by Gallagher does just enough to slow him down for support to come in. Can Scotland keep going right? It's been well organised by Finn Russell in the second half. That's a lovely inside pass to Darge. Gets put on his backside for it by Dino Lamb. But Scotland have worked so well back up into this Italian 22. They've waited all game to put this sort of string of phases together. Oh, and Tui Pelotu nearly hits the gap. Xander Fagerson on the crash ball this time. Chopped at the legs by Menoncello. Can they go out towards this right? I think there's one more. Darcy Graham offloads. Oh, to Rory Darge, who gets the handoff on the Italian fullback. And Scotland have turned up eventually. It feels like they just couldn't put it together in the first 20 minutes. They just couldn't do that final action that would give them the score. That is a lovely offload going there. And Rory Darge just throwing Gallagher aside and going over for his try. Scotland looking more and more convincing as this second half goes on. Italy are now outside of the losing bonus point range. Scotland are closing in on the try bonus. One more could be all important as we get later into this tournament. Slotted through once again by Finn Russell. 10 minutes left on the board. What do both teams have up their sleeve to seal out this game? Italy haven't done too well off these restarts. This option of just going for the exit kick instantly has worked very well for Scotland. This time they try and kick it away from the fullback to try and buy them a little bit more time. And that time Italy are able to close down the Scottish player, so not letting them through. Oh, and it's good work at the breakdown. And Ferrari, oh, he's unstoppable. He's revving his engine and he's charging his way through into this Scottish 22. He's waited all game to make some carry meters after the contact and eventually does. Can Italy find something towards the end of this game as the captain, Lamaro, charging up, gets taken down by the Scottish hooker. Are they still in range? One more. Ferrari desperately trying to drive his legs through the gap. Stephen Varney goes right to Danilo Fischetti. Not quite able to get through the double tackle there. Good work by Matt Fagerson, and this time Lucchesi runs into another double tackle. Jack Dempsey's always a hard man to get through there as Dino Lamb wants to go quick. Oh, they've thrown a wild pass there. They want to hold on to the ball now. 4 minutes left on the clock. This isn't where Scotland want to be playing. That try bonus point could easily be slipping away from them at this point. It's all about holding out the defence. Don't let another one over. Don't show other teams where the gaps are in your defence for later in this tournament. Dino Lamb carrying it up once again as they go left, this time to Garbisi. Great offload to Ferrari, who's just been everywhere in this game. Really wish he could get himself over that white line, but not quite there. And Fischetti this time. Italy just going through these forwards, trying to find any sort of room to open up. They've gone wider this time, and Lucchesi takes an enormous shot by Jack Dempsey. Nowhere through there. Lorenzo Canone, we've waited for him all game to get his hands on the ball, not making his ground either. This Scottish defence has really ramped itself up now. They're finding it very hard to find any gaps. Are Italy, and Ioane losing that battle out to Darcy Graham. Ferrari once again thrown backwards by Schumann. Really matching these numbers up well are Scotland. Looking outnumbered there. Oh, but Brex caught it just short of an interception line. That was good work by the outside centre. They're still desperately trying to get one more. Menoncello throws another wild out the back of the door pass. It's scooped up by the inside centre and kicked into touch. Scotland will survive and will go on to win this game, keeping Italy outside of the bonus point. 21 points to 7. The Scottish fans who might have been scratching their heads at half-time able to celebrate now with their team at full time. Few congratulations, few commiserations. Men and Shell there getting a few mistakes today. Great final stats for them. Pretty even, to be fair, in terms of territory and possession. A pretty even game in terms of the stats, but that scoreboard, anything but even. 21 points to 7, a great opening win for Scotland. I hope you've all enjoyed this one today, guys. If you have, make sure to drop it a like and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all the rest of the Mad Dragon Six Nations 2025. I'll see you all next time, guys. Bye-bye.